Da-da. Golly. Penny. I'm coming to eat your soul.
I'm a demon princess.
Penny is a demon princess.
I really am.
Desi doesn't sound like that in the book at all.
No, she sounds just like me.
She's just cute.
Maybe I should do their audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
Poor souls.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today we have an exciting episode. We talked to Crystal and Felicity.
Crystal and Felicity.
And their new book coming out June 11th.
This will be releasing on their book release date.
Oh, so this is book release day.
Mm-hmm.
Unleashing Chaos. Get it now.
It's out today.
The book cover is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Awesome book. Crystal and Felicity are
The book
so
is
much
so
fun.
good. They're fun. We love them. We love chatting with them.
Yes.
They are like their BFF like duo energy
It's like just like ours.
is the same as ours. It's
really fun.
ridiculous. Like it is uncanny how similar they are to us.
Yeah.
Like it's
Kind of creepy.
it is kind of creepy.
In all the good ways. Kelly,
Yes, Penny.
tell us about your wine so we can talk to Crystal and Felicity.
I picked a wine strictly
Strictly?
ballroom. No, strictly because of the label just says F, which made me laugh. Apparently this like brand picks locations to make wine from. So they had one that was like I for Italy and, you know, other places. So this is like, we hope you enjoy our wine made with grapes from the finest locations in France. We saw an I and there's must be,
Other letters?
but we like the F because it's just a plain old, you want to show that?
Yeah, I do.
It's just a plain old F. Ta-da!
Does it have the notes on it?
No, we hope you enjoy our wine made with grapes from the finest locations in France. 15%.
Ooh.
It's a big one.
Kelly is definitely feeling the wine today. I haven't seen her feel this wine for a while.
I have had zero to eat.
It's her facial reactions. Those are the best when she's
They're always more when I have more to drink. So this is a funner day for Penny.
This is fun.
A funner day.
All right, do your swirly.
We don't.
Oh,
wait
no,
a
swelling.
minute. Wait a minute. Pour me some more here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Don't want to do too much.
Yeah, because I have to swirl.
Watching you very intently.
Ooh.
Sexy legs.
There's some good legs on that one.
Yeah, there are.
Look at that bad boy.
Oof. They're dripping.
Ooh. I spilled this time. Honey. Ooh. Oh my God, it's very vanilla-y.
Can I smell this vanilla? Oh, yeah, that vanilla. Holy cow.
With some currant.
Mmm.
Mmm.
Whoa, wow, whoa, wee. Holy shit. There is a lot.
There's a lot happening in that. Woo!
My gosh.
It's funny because you expect it to be like super smooth from that like huge vanilla.
It is not.
It's everywhere, but all in the front.
That is intense.
A little bit spicy
Not what I was expecting when I smelt that.
because it smelled just like smooth vanilla.
Yeah.
Smooth operator. It's a smooth
You know what I would thought you were going to say?
operator.
Smooth vibrator.
In this book that she was just like, oh yeah, I'm putting that wine in the drawer with my vibrators. I
Yeah,
love
she
how
is.
she's like, that's how demons, like in a lot of other paranormal books I've read, like demons traditionally are very like sex forward and just like,
This is what I am.
yeah, vibrators. This is where they go.
Well,
Okay.
if this could be a sex toy, what would it
Oh
be?
boy. A sex toy.
You went to a sex store and this wine was next to something. What would it be next to? What? Can't wait for this one.
A shot collar.
A shock
No,
collar?
Hold on.
Like an electric shock collar?
Hold on. There's more.
Holy Jesus.
It's a collar that can be controlled from an app from your dom. Right? Hold on. But it's connected to an anal hook.
Yeah. Yep. That would be it.
Yep.
That's a thing? A collar that goes to your butthole.
It doesn't just go to your butthole. It's a hook.
When it shocks you, does it like
no,
hook you?
Shocks your neck. It's a shock collar. And then the anal hook's a totally separate thing, but it can connect to the collar.
But when he like goes zzz,
The shock is just on your neck. But then also, you can also be suspended.
by your butthole?
Yeah,
What?
that's a thing that can happen too.
That's like catching a fish in the wrong hole. But
Hey,
can you imagine a fish watching somebody
and being
in
like,
their house getting hooked and lifted by their butthole? Like the fish is like, you're doing it all
well, I mean,
wrong.
I think they hook it like here. I mean, it's all like safely done, like not, we have not been taken over by aliens because they come down here and look at us and they're just like, what
I
the
think aliens are more
fuck?
into more kinky shit than we are.
Think
If
this
an
is
alien was your dom and you had a shot collar on that hooked into your butthole, would you spit or swallow?
assuming I'm into that?
This is what I'm picturing now. You are blowing an alien with a shot collar that's hooked into your butthole and he's holding the remote. Would you spit or swallow the alien?
Am I into this or not?
I don't know. Are you into this wine?
I don't think I'd want like butt plug, okay, but anal hook, I don't think I'd want
That
that.
sounds terrible.
Right. But I don't mind this wine.
So maybe you would take part of it, just not all of it.
Yeah.
Like you would drink it, just maybe not the whole bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But today I'll probably drink the
Yeah,
whole
she will
bottle.
drink the whole bottle today. She wants the anal hook today.
Apparently. What a mess.
Well, how do we do this? Well, we'll move on to mine and see what happens here. Mine is called True Myth,
Mm,
which I thought was fitting for
looks like
today.
a pretty bottle.
It is a pretty bottle. So it's a Chardonnay from 2020. Its notes are it's grown near the ocean and a volcanic peak.
Mm.
Notes of citrus, tropical fruit, vanilla, beans, spices.
Mm.
I don't want it. It's very citrusy.
Yeah. Do you get any of that vanilla?
Mm-mm.
Maybe you get it in the taste. Can I smell it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did you skip the legs? You did.
Oh, I did. There's not a ton of legs on it.
Chardonnay, I don't think generally has
We
very
have
many.
some.
Some. Look, I'll let you look first.
Not
Eh.
really.
Nah.
No, they're stubby.
Chablis has
Stubby.
little peg leg.
Little peg legs going. Here you go. Oh, wait. Do you want to smell it? Yeah. We got peg legs and
Peg
deep.
leg Chardonnay.
This is going to be a fun sex toy. Maybe we should make our own sex toys and put those on our site to go with books.
Oh my god. Did you spill? Yay.
All the time.
Yeah, but I mean, you're matching me now. Delightful.
Really? I wasn't a huge fan. It's
like-
butter on the tongue.
Yeah, I like that buttery coating on the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Citrusy in the cheeks. I don't taste any of that vanilla.
I just had the vanilla smell.
So sex toy.
It's all right.
You know what it kind of reminds me of?
Hmm.
You know in the back where they do the sales? And it's like the dolphin vibrator that has the wonky eye. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
Where you're like, it might be all right.
Yeah, like it's worth its money, at least to go to see what happens.
But not a lot of money.
Right, a sale. I would buy it on sale and
Mhm.
maybe give it a go.
But would you swallow it or spit?
It's one of those things you don't know how a sale's gonna go.
Right.
I would like keep it in my mouth and like smile like I'm swallowing it and then just be like
I could see that for sure. I could see
it's
that.
a polite. I'm not gonna spit it out in front of you.
Yeah.
Kinda spit.
You little shady creature.
Yeah, I'll just keep it roaming in my mouth for a minute. Like it's a mouth worthy one. Probably my least favorite out of all of them.
Out of all the ones we've had?
Yeah, it's probably my least.
Hmm.
The dolphin with the wonky eye. All right, well, let's talk to Crystal and Felicity.
We're here with Crystal and Felicity. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about their new amazing super hot book.
Yes. So, well, just tell us about your book so we can ask you lots of questions and talk about it because I'm so excited to talk about this.
So, Unleashing Chaos is paranormal romance, but it's like, this is what we say about it. It's paranormal romance it feels really contemporary. It's not a lot of world building. It's not complicated. There is world building. You have to understand that Desi is a demon. She comes from a place called Infernus, which if you want to think of it as hell, go ahead. But we don't, it's not hell in the sense of that's where, the idea that people have right now of hell. It's the idea that's where the chaotic energies are. If you are
Yes.
a chaotic person, that's where you might choose to go. That's where your spirit would
thrive.
Yes, that's where she comes from. And then there's another realm called Pax, and that's where the peaceful energies go. The ones that want to just chill for eternity. But she comes from Infernus, and she is not only from there, she is one of the princesses. Actually, she's the only princess, and she is the princess of Sloth. So um, she's the last one to inherit her circle, which, I mean, it tracks really. And it's because she hasn't found an eternal partner. Her father has a rule where everybody has to rule their circle with a partner. It can be a love match, it can be a best friend, it can be what, it doesn't have to be a marriage per se, but it can
It could be platonic.
be anybody. But it has to be a partnership because he has found that it's too hard to rule everything alone. Well, she wants to marry for love, or partner up for love. But demons, they're too chaotic for her. She herself is chaotic. So she's like, I need somebody to balance me out. And she ends up living in this house with these two human men who are hot.
Nerds in the street and freak in the sheets.
Yes.
Yes.
I love all the nerdiness. I was like, oh, Penny, get
Yes.
ready for all these Star Wars references.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
they
There's
come.
so many Star Wars references. Both of them are super nerdy. But as far as personality goes, Jace is very
Closed off.
tight. Let's just go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
He's type A. His heart is closed off. You find out why later. He wants everything done a certain way. Canon is nerdy too, but he's also very laid back. He's fun. He wants Jace to chill out, but also gives him his space to be who he is. Same thing with Desi. He's very much the peacemaker in that household. And so they both try to help her figure out how to find her eternal partner because her dating life is a disaster. But as it often happens, the roommates become more than roommates. But Jace doesn't want anything to do with love because he's been burned before. And you learn more about that later. But so it is a bit of a slow burn. But
Good slow burn, though.
is.
but it is because there's so much tension. Like that's the thing that we
Mhm.
love the most is
And I like the back and
tension.
forth too. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
really
I want
funny.
you,
Yeah.
but then it was like miscommunication. So it was like
Yeah.
back and
The
forth.
tension building is really good, and I like the funny.
That's what we really wanted. We wanted it to be fun. We started out really wanting it to be.
Like a rom-com.
It turned into something way spicier than what we.
That's
And
always the
there's a
best,
lot
though.
of seriousness in it too. So
Yeah.
it's a good balance of all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Felicity, your intro about the anxiety
I was gonna-
issues,
yep.
and I really appreciated that, and
Yes.
how it's handled is really well done. And like we both have anxiety issues,
Yeah.
and like it's so funny, like all the stuff that he freaks out about. I'm just like,
That was real. That was
Yeah.
easy to write. It was so easy.
I'm like, oh yeah, that stuff drives me crazy. And the cups part,
Okay, so let's just ask: are y'all cups down or up? What do you do?
Down.
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 Yes.
that dude is
obviously.
totally wrong. Like,
No, I know.
what is he talking about?
Yeah, that part when he's going to pick her up. That's the first time you get in his head. Like that's the
Yeah.
first like right after that is when he's going through like the spiral that he went down. Like all the things that could go wrong. That was like so easy for me to write.
Well, after
Yep.
reading this too, I'm not very good with technology at all.
Yeah.
And I rely on Kelly for all of that technology stuff. So now every time I'm like, I'm a demon princess.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do. Well, one of the stories I love that I kind of want you guys to repeat is how did you guys meet and start writing together?
Okay, Crystal, do you have the recording yet? We need to make a recording to play.
I love this story so much.
It is so cute.
We met on Wattpad. We were both writing on Wattpad, and we joined a writer group together. We didn't know each other at the time, and Felicity was super nerdy and was doing role playing. Just kidding.
Hold on.
Everybody
I'm sorry.
was role playing.
Who was writing One Direction fan fiction? Still.
Okay, and so I didn't usually do the role playing. Everybody in that group did the role playing stuff. I didn't. I thought it was
She thought she was too good.
strange. I was like, that's weird. And so one night they talked me into it. And so we ended up actually, they gave us this prompt of a human girl and a demon angel hybrid. And we ended up doing it. And I sat at dinner like with my husband because we go out every Friday night, have dinner together. And my husband's like, "Are you gonna put down your phone?" I'm like, "No, I'm having so much fun role playing with this girl." And we had maybe said like hi to each other in this chat a couple times. I don't know that we'd really even had a conversation at this point. And we get done, and she sends me a DM that night, and she's like, "Hi, I really love that story, and I really want to write it with you." And I'm all, "Girl, you don't want to write with me." I'm like, I didn't want to do it. I not because I didn't love the story. Is just I was like, I'm so type A. I was like, I don't know that I can let you in, and so I decided I was going to put down all of the.
She's Jace. Seriously, like honestly.
I was going to put down all these rules, and I'm like, I'll just scare her off. So it's like, dude,
Nope.
I plan my books, and you're a pantser. So if you're going to write with me, you have done. I'll plan. Cool. I will plan a book, and I'm like. God, and so I'm like, and I finish everything. I'm like, if we're going to start
So do
this,
I.
even if it sucks, we're going to finish it. She's like, fine, cool. Love that for us. And I was like, Jesus Christ, she's not going to go away. And so I was like, oh God, this is going to be so awkward. It really was awkward in the beginning because we weren't even, at that point, we were just getting to know each other. So we're writing this book, getting to know each other. And it ended up becoming Edge of the Veil, which we're going to re-release this summer and put all of our spice back into it. The publisher we were with originally made us pull it all out, but we got the rights back for that book. So
Yay.
redoing it.
That's why it's gone off of Amazon. If anyone looks for it, it's gone.
It's
That's
gone.
why.
We call it Crystal and Felicity's version is what we're going to do. So then we just became best friends, and then we just kept on writing books together, and that was it. That was history. And when I tell you we talk every single day, it is every single day. When I tell you we're on FaceTime all day long, it
Now
is
that we work together all day, yeah, it
all
is all
now
day.
that we don't have I was going to say real jobs, but this is a real job. But we don't have a traditional job,
Corporate
corporate
education.
job. We are literally on FaceTime all day long. Like my day would be weird if we weren't talking all day long.
It is weird. When that
Yeah.
happens, it is weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you guys
we
write
totally-
together?
On FaceTime and Word.
On a Word document.
That you
Yeah,
share.
we're on a Word document. Yep, we share it.
How do you guys deal with conflicts when you're writing?
We don't really have that. We don't really have that many conflicts. I mean, honestly,
Really? Like even in writing where you're like, no, I want it this way, and then the other one's like,
No.
no, it needs to go this way. There's
Well,
no.
part of that is that we plan, but the other part of that, I mean, if there's really something, it's just kind of a quick discussion as to why would you want to, like, why would you want to go there instead
Okay.
of going here? And it's normally about a tone. It's not normally about the, like the story itself, the plot itself, because that's already planned out. It's normally kind of the tone of the character at the moment. And I'm like, and it's normally I will say it's normally me going, man, I'm just not vibing with the tone right here, like, and so I'll come back and say so. And it's hard because I don't want to go back and like be like, I don't like the way you wrote that, but sometimes I'm just like, this tone is feeling super off to me, and so I will say I feel like I'm the mean one, and I'll be like, we got to go back and do this because I'm reading this really weird, and if I'm reading it weird, somebody else is going to read it weird.
And sometimes I will go back. I don't even know if she knows that I do this.
Go. I'd love to hear. What do you do? What do you do?
Sometimes I'll just go back and change it.
You're like, I didn't like
If
the
it's
way
not-
you said that. If it's nothing big ways,
Big. Look, if it's nothing big, like honestly, if it's not something that's like gonna change the plot or change the characterization, or like if it's like some wording that I thought felt weird, I just change it because honestly, we're gonna go back and read it anyway because we go back and read everything out loud.
are you
If you
gonna
don't
even
like
notice?
it when I read it out loud, you'll say something. You'll be
Yeah.
like,
No.
"Hey, I didn't write that. I didn't write it like that. What is that? I don't like that." You'll say something.
That's true. Like change something like shoot like maybe it's usually dialogue. It's like, oh, man,
Yeah.
I really wanted to
I would think that you
take
probably
this
would
this
do that
way.
too.
I do. Like I'd be like, oh, I wanted to take it this way, but I need this question or whatnot to flow a little bit better. Yeah, I just do it.
Yeah, and you know, if in the planning time when we are planning, like I don't know. People ask all the time, like, do you argue about what to name the character or
Yeah.
what kind of character? I mean, some we have like, well, I want to name them this, or I want to do. We just
She's
compromise on it,
harder
I
with
guess.
that. She'll be like, no, because I had a kid that I taught was named that and I hated
That's got to be
him.
the
Look,
Yeah.
hard because you've
if
had
it's
so
a love
many
interest,
students.
yes.
Yeah.
If it's a
Mm-hmm.
love interest and you want to name it a particular child that was like the worst kid,
She'll
no,
say
we're not
no.
naming him that.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
smart.
No,
Yeah, I
like
could see that.
I can't have that in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
But like for the most part, it's pretty easy. Like we agree, um, almost all the time. Really, like we don't
Mm-hmm.
argue about stuff, and people always wonder, like, do you argue? We don't.
It's a really easy friendship, and it
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 is.
like took a moment. We had this discussion about, because she had a lot of friendships in her life that literally just drained her, and I'm like, and she worried about, like, it fed into her anxiety.
Right.
Great little segue into Jason, his anxiety. But it's like,
Haha.
so there's just like kind of things there that we had to break down and set her up for like really healthy friendships and fun friendships, and it has just been that. It's just the a fun friendship that has no, there's really no other boundaries other than this should be really easy, and that's it. So I mean, I enjoy the friendship. It's a good time for me.
Aw.
I had this question from way back when we were discussing the like plot of the book.
Mm.
So like
The book.
it's
That's right.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a thing.
You have a book that's out. Whatever. Okay. So the way that you guys describe your two realms is super creative, and I really love it. And I like how like all of their circles are like the seven like deadly sins, which is
That's
really
sense,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, and also I hate sloths. I hate them. I hate them.
I
This
agree.
is not
Felicity with you, not with her. I like sloths.
Okay. Oh, okay.
this is
I
not
like them.
this is not related to my question at all. But when she had her shirt with the sloth on it, I was like,
You want to know something funny?
what?
That's a real nightgown. I have it. It's based on real.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
With
They
them.
make me
That's
so
awesome.
uncomfortable because they move so slow, and I
Ooh, I
don't move
know.
slow, and I
I don't either. That's
hate
the
it.
one thing about sloth that I don't. I'm not. I don't
I
move
like
hate
slow.
them. I
sloths.
hate them. They're not cute. They're just bleh. I don't. They make me so uncomfortable.
Is that your question, Kelly?
That's not my question. I said it wasn't related to
What's
my
the
question. That was
question?
just an aside. No, so you know how like the one realm is for the chaotic energies and the one realm
Mhm.
is for the
Mhm.
peaceful energies, which sounds strangely like your dynamic. Does that
I know it does, doesn't it?
did that play into your creation of this at all? Or is it just a happy coincidence?
I would say that, funnily enough, I would say for sure Jace and Desi are, yes, that's not a coincidence. I don't think. It might have been a subconscious decision.
Mm-hmm.
But she's definitely like Jace, and I'm definitely like Desi. Desi's even a Taurus, and Jace is a Capricorn. So those two things are even the same as us. But as far as our energies, I don't think Crystal would choose to go to PAX. I think she
Sounds
would go to
boring, to
Infernus
be real
too, even though
honest.
she's not.
Yeah,
Yes, I think
I
Yeah.
she would be
know.
bored. I think she'd be bored in PAX.
It definitely was like a play on, like, when I was thinking about it, like how you are, so you're like your environment and the things that people feed to you, and it just like really feeds into like our life now with like so much like social media and stuff. Like if somebody kept on telling you like you want to die and like rest in peace, like, and they're telling you this over and over again, and as we like expand and we have more access to like information and we're like looking at it, so it was kind of that same thing where it's like back then you just went with whatever they told you, right? Because information
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
didn't travel like it travels now. So if everybody tells you you want to die and just be at peace, well, okay, yeah, that's what they all said. The preacher man told me that, so it must be what I want. And now you start to like
Yeah.
educate and
Hmm.
you start to look and you're like, well, well, golly, golly, well, shit,
Golly.
Golly,
such a weird thing. Well, shit,
where
do
did
I
that come
want that?
from?
Because I, what do I do? What does that
Yeah,
mean?
Jethro over here.
I'm the one who's supposed to be
So
from the
stupid. I
South.
was
What
like,
was
why did I
that?
Well,
say that?
golly.
Golly.
Let's just make it clear that
Sounded
Crystal's the one who
goofy.
said golly, not
Sounded
me.
goofy as shit. Sorry. And so it was kind of like, for me, it was, when I thought about that, I was like, that's such a play on people telling you what you want, and now realizing like maybe it's not that's not the good place. Maybe that's not what I want. Like, maybe I need something else to
Yeah,
thrive.
we wanted to make it like not one is not bad and one is not good.
I love
Right.
that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're both the same. It's just what your
Yeah, which
energy
Yeah.
identifies with.
purpose. Hmm.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
audiobooks is a big thing right now. Are you guys thinking of turning this book into an audiobook?
It's not our decision. So Wattpad
Oh,
books, if you're listening, yes,
Bright
please.
pages.
We'd love to turn it into
Anyone?
an audiobook. But we don't have
The rights.
the say
oh,
so. But
It's
yes,
so
we'd love to.
different doing things where you're traditionally published. So obviously we're hybrid authors. And then, so we have things that are traditionally published, and then you have things that you self-publish. And the amount of control that you have when you're self-publishing is refreshing, but
It's
it's
everything.
also nerve-wracking, where
Yeah.
there's certain things we don't have to worry about when we're traditionally publishing. So because you really do hand over all the rights. Yeah, so you just have control over absolutely nothing, like once you sign those rights away. So
okay.
in that plays with the audiobook too. We can put in suggestions. That's been the great thing about our publisher, is like, everything that we've come back and we're like, we want Emily Wittig to do our cover.
Good, because that
Yeah, so
cover's
Emily made our
beautiful.
It is
cover.
beautiful.
Yeah. And so Anna Todd has been phenomenal, and really taken her experiences as a writer, and wanted to make this publishing house where every crappy thing that she felt ever happened to her in the publishing industry didn't happen to her authors. And
Aw.
Oh,
so
I love that.
she's been phenomenal in making
She's
sure that we
amazing.
feel like we've had a lot of creative control over things.
Your books are all the books of yours that I've read are real easy to I have a huge imagination anyway, but they're real easy to visualize.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like your writing is really
Yeah, I mean, like
descriptive. There
even
you
in the
go.
houses, like
I've had some wine.
That's
you
Crystal.
can picture the big windows and
That's
the
Crystal
kitchen
right there.
and everyone
Yeah.
sitting at the kitchen. Like it was very easy to picture that in your head how you guys write
Hmm.
it.
She's the queen of description. Like that's one thing that I know for a fact that she does to the things I write, is she goes back and adds
But
tons
that
of
was my other
description,
question.
because
So like what is your
that's the
guys'
thing.
strengths writing these books? Like so maybe Crystal is like the more descriptive one and like because we've interviewed only one other author that were like co-authors and they each
Yeah.
had like a role that they
Mhm.
played. How about for you guys? Is there something that you each have a big strength in that kind of pulls through in these books?
Descriptions.
That's her.
Yeah,
That's one of hers
descriptions
for
would be
sure. No, I gave yours. You give
hers
mine.
is
That's one of yours.
that there would be no like fluff at all. There would be no
Yeah.
like those kind of moments that are kind of swoony.
Mm-hmm.
I would not, when I write by myself, those moments are so far and few between, just because I'm not a fluffy person. I really hold off. Yeah, I really hold off on that stuff until a moment. I just really need a moment to feel right. And it's sometimes I feel like no moment is right. So that romance part of it, and that connection between the characters, that's really Felicity brings that to the table, because I don't know, we would have people really upset if I were writing it all by myself.
Because
So
we have cold black hearts.
I
And
mean,
The
and
warm
Rachel and Penny
fuzzies.
have the feels.
see, the feels are not.
That's
I
I.
She
It's
could
so
live in the
true.
feels the whole entire time, and I'm like,
Yes.
where's the action? Where's
Yes.
the bloodshed?
Yes.
Where's, yeah, like, let's go. And she's like, no, they need this moment.
And I'm like, can they have feels in the
Yes.
blood?
Yeah.
And that's what happens. That's what happens in Twisted Mate.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I want to read that
know.
one. That one came
That's a
out
whole other
last
thing.
week. Last week?
And that one's free.
That's
Yes.
the werewolves one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yes.
free on if you subscribe to our newsletter right now.
Other events coming up, do you have any?
Book Bonanza
We have
in
Book
a few
Bonanza.
days.
In
Okay.
And we're doing Raven Spicy Reads here in Phoenix. And then next year we have a few that are already on the books, but I don't even know what they are.
Sinners and Saints in
Mm-hmm.
Miami,
Ooh.
which is going to be fun. Villains and Vixens.
We're gonna be there too. Yay!
Yes.
Okay, so I know you guys do your collaborative writing, and you were talking about how like sharing documents and whatever. So like, how does your collaboration work? Are you like, I'll write one chapter and you write the next chapter, or I write a character, you write a character, like we write.
No.
What was
We
that signal?
literally write
Okay,
together
so
every single chapter.
Wow.
yeah, like I will write like, and it's not set
Right.
like in stone. Like I might write a paragraph. It's basically until I feel like I'm done. Like I'll write and then like, okay, it's your turn. And then she might write 2 paragraphs or a paragraph or half a page or whatever. And then it's my turn. And then if it's like an argument scene or like like a love scene or whatever, we might go like back and forth, like line by line, depending on like if it's dialogue. And if we do character, most of the time she's the guy and I'm the girl. Most of the time, that's the way it works. Not always, but sometimes.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So if our friends, we know you're going to listen to this.
Aww.
We love you all the
You
time.
guys are the best. You're so
All the time.
You're
sweet.
so sweet.
Like I know y'all are going to listen to this.
We love you all
Like,
the
we love
time.
you no matter what.
I have the big question for you guys.
Okay.
If someone is thinking about writing their first book, what advice would you give them? If they're thinking about starting it with their friend too, and they want to write a book together, what advice would you give them?
If you're going to write a book with a friend, you need to make sure that you that you are willing to that you're willing to accept criticism from them without getting pissed off and getting your feelings hurt. Because if you're not, then your friendship's not going to
That's
make
smart.
it. Either your friendship's not going to make it, or you're not going to be able to write a book together, one or the other. Because you will you will have to say at some point, hey, I don't like that. Like,
Yeah.
so like unless you can take criticism without getting mad about it, then I wouldn't choose to work closely with a friend. And you really need to take it seriously. Like we set up, I know you guys know this, we set up an LLC. Like it's a business. It's serious stuff. You're talking about, like, if you want to publish, you're talking about making money. I mean, you put money into something, you got to be ready to
Yeah.
talk about that. We love it. Like this is our job. It's our
That's
career.
awesome.
What we do. So y'all know we love it. But it's like, just be prepared for those serious conversations. And when it comes to the actual writing of the book, just write it down. It might suck. It is going to suck.
It always
The first
sucks, the
draft
first draft,
is going to
yeah.
be terrible. That's
You
okay.
just gotta finish it.
Just write it down.
That's awesome advice.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part is the first draft.
Well, you guys write amazing books.
Thanks. I usually make Crystal start because
You just like
Aw.
to finish, right?
yeah. I've got a question for y'all. Did y'all, because we don't say that she's the Princess of Sloth. We don't
Yeah.
say that until later. I mean, we said it all over social media, so we assume that people know. But like some people, when they read the arc, did not know what her sin was. Did y'all have any idea of what she was? Did y'all have a guess of what sin she was before we said it?
Kelly's better at picking up that stuff.
I
than
totally, I was like, ooh, like right away at the beginning, I was like, ooh, these are the 7 deadly sins. And she was talking about like she's like,
Yes.
I can just do this. And like, I don't have to work, or all I have to do is lay around the pool and stuff. So I was like, yep. And I was like, I bet this is what because I was like, ooh, she's got her brother. He was gluttony. You know, her Aunt Mandis was gluttony,
Yes.
and then she talked about Lux, and so I was like, oh my God, what does she got to be? So I was like, it's got to be sloth, because she always talks about being lazy, and then she
good.
wore the
Okay.
fucking sloth.
Thank you. That was the big hint.
See, for me, it was
okay,
like a
okay,
slow
good. Thank
build up.
Yeah,
Like it
when
was like
she
those
wore
building
the
blocks.
fucking like my arch nemesis nightgown shirt, and I was like,
Nemesis.
oh my God.
You need to sell that at your store.
I think this is
That needs to be in your store.
Which is ridiculous. I made a little sticker that's out and that's going out in the pack where it's like reading a book, a sloth reading a book with a crown.
Let's do the blush questions. Tell us about a time that you drank a whole bottle of wine or a drink of choice that was a lot,
Oh.
and you have a story to tell.
Okay, I'm gonna take this a little different, and I'm actually gonna do a story where I was with Felicity.
Ooh.
So but we're going to spin this and it's not going to be about alcohol.
It's gonna be about gummies.
It's going to be about gummies.
Yes. Yay, let's
I
do
know. You were
it.
talking about me
So-
having too many gummies too.
No, I know. It was the story of us together. So, there was this book. Okay, it was Readers Take Denver, but not this last year. It was the year before. And so she lives in Tennessee, where there's strict laws on marijuana, and I live in Phoenix, where we have recreational marijuana. So this was like not a big deal to me, but it was a huge deal
I
to
never done
her.
any before.
And
Ever.
she'd never done
I
any
never
before.
smoked anything. I never
And
did any drugs ever. Ever my whole
And
life.
so she's like, we're gonna get gummies, and I said, all right. I'm like, all right. And I do this thing when
Oh, and you're in Colorado
Yeah.
too, so like,
Yeah,
so
they got
now
the
you've
good
got
stuff.
elevation involved. Like,
yeah.
there's a lot happening here. And so I was like, I'm not really like a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of losing like my senses. I don't like it, but I'll do it. Like, okay, well, let's do it. And so, and I do this thing when I'm high where I call it blooping. And so I run two timelines in my head, and one is kind of normal, and then the other one is like paranoid fucking weirdness. I don't know. It's weird.
I do kind of the same thing. Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like 1,000 years has passed since I've done something, but
Mhm.
literally it's been seconds. So we take these gummies, and this guy's like, oh, he like, I'm not good. My husband knows what's up with the he can tell you the dosage and what you should take. He's kind of like, I don't know. He's a connoisseur of the marijuana.
I love
have no
it.
fucking clue. Like, I don't know. We didn't ask my husband. We asked the guy like at the dispensary, like, what should we get? And he's like,
They
take
were good
these, and
too.
he's like, you should feel something in 20 minutes.
I didn't feel shit.
And we didn't feel anything. We didn't feel shit. So she's like, let's take another half. And so I'm like, got out the like little can, like,
We're at the party,
and
like
we're like breaking it up, like at this
Oh
this
no!
party. And then she takes it, and she's like, I'm
anything.
like, I still don't feel anything. So she took more, and I'm like, whoa, hold up, because so I walk away because my shoes are hurting. I'm going to go put on my Converse with this like stupid ass dress. And she's dancing, and I'm walking back, and she comes running at me from the dance floor, and she's like, dude. And I'm like, dude.
Did it hit
And
you?
she's like, she goes, did it just feel like everything just went whoosh? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, we are so high right now. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not blooping. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because I'm like, I'm going to be a fucking weirdo if I start blooping. So, like, we danced through a few songs, but this was a moment that I was like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Because they start playing. Now, you know, these kids were way too young. They played Bye 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 by NSYNC, and nobody fucking went out on the dance floor.
Dancing, except for us.
And I'm like, so this girl feels sorry for us. So it's us and this other girl. 3 fucking people on the dance floor. Us and this girl we don't know, who comes out. Let's feel sorry because we're like looking crazy dancing to Bye 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 all by ourselves.
There's no
with,
telling
like,
what
all
we
the
looked like,
people.
to be honest. Like, for real.
So I'm like, after we get done, I'm like, we gotta go. I'm blooping the fuck out, and I'm like, and we've got to walk. We didn't stay at that hotel. We had to walk down the street like half a mile or something.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
So we get out. We're walking down the street in like downtown Denver, and
All dressed up.
the first thing that like what happens is we get to the stoplight, and I'm like, let's go. Like, I'm looking at the
There's
street
no one
light,
coming
like,
because it's
the traffic light,
middle of
and
the
it's
night.
green, and I'm like, but for some reason the walkie dude didn't come
A little
across. So I'm
stop
like,
sign.
let's go. And she goes,
It's the hand, right? It's the hand. The red hand is up. Okay.
and I'm like, let's go. And she goes, no, we can't.
No.
And hold up, we're not the only people on this fucking corner. So we're having this argument on the corner with some strangers. And she goes, no, it's telling us we gotta wait.
It's
And
not.
I'm like,
It's not the little man. It's not the little man. It's not there. I'm not walking. I'm not.
and I'm like, but the light is green. Like, the traffic is going with us. We can walk. And she's like, absolutely not. We sat there through like 2 traffic lights because
Until the
she
little
wouldn't
man
walk
came
across
up.
the damn street with me because she's like, no.
Oh
Nope,
my
nope.
gosh!
I said, I am already high and I am still teaching. And if I get drug tested, I'm going to get fired. And if I die, my mom's going to know that I was high on gummies.
That I was high.
I'm gonna hit my car. I am not doing it. No. No.
I can see you like this,
I
like,
did.
no.
No. I'm waiting for the
We-
little man.
we stayed at the Brown, which is an old hotel. So we were like, because we like to stay in spooky places. So we were like, maybe this would be kind of spooky. So we stayed there, and the doors are really old and they don't shut all the way. So we
We
get back
didn't
in
we didn't shut the door.
we didn't shut the door. It was us. We fucking didn't shut the door. We're like, oh my God, somebody's been in our room, our hotel room. Like, we laughed.
In the
Which
bed?
probably if I wasn't high, I would have been like, oh, fuck. Like, walk in and be like, make sure my, like, Mac is still there and make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my gosh.
no, we're like freaking out. And we walk in and we're like, holy
The
shit.
bed's cleared off. Oh my God. Somebody
Who
came
made the
in.
beds?
The
Who
bed's
fucking
oh my God.
made the beds? And so it was already like that before we fucking left for this party.
I love it. Right, Kelly, do you have another blush question?
Ooh, first kiss.
Ooh.
Do you have a first kiss story?
I do. So he was my boyfriend, and we went to the movies, and we went to see Wayne's World,
Yes, I love Wayne's World.
That is awesome.
and we made out in the movie theater. It was lovely. He was a good kisser, and
It
it
was
was
lovely.
It was I felt like though that I could not go to the movies with him afterwards. Like, I was never watching a movie with him afterwards. After that, like, it was
Yeah.
always just. And I think about
It's
it, and
just
I
like
don't feel like.
let's go to the movies.
Yeah, and I don't feel like it's like that anymore. I kind of think kids are missing out on something. I don't feel like I ever see kids like making out in the movie theaters like we used to make out in a movie theater.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, like they watch movies by like just putting it on their laptop.
Maybe
know?
we need to restart that. We should all just go to the movie theater and just
Making
start
out.
making out.
Making out.
Listen, mine was so dorky, okay? It
Oh, I can't wait.
was literally my boyfriend. Not my first like real boyfriend. But we were on the band bus. The marching band bus.
I love it. You're the cutest.
On the way back
I
from
love
some either away football game, or that was away football games and competitions.
But you get all
Yeah.
that nighttime on the bus.
Yes, I know.
though.
That's like
prime.
everybody.
That's prime time.
Everybody would talk about how like dorky it was to be a marching band and how we were all a bunch of nerds. No, man. No. You had no idea. Everybody in marching bands.
You're all kinky nerds.
fucking
Hey, have y'all
horn
seen
dogs.
American Pie? Band people are horny.
I know. Look, I played
Yeah.
the flute. Let's just go ahead and get it out there, okay?
I love it.
But I would never disrespect my instrument like that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, that's an expensive instrument. Oh, wait. I have another question.
Yes. We talked about this before.
Your first celebrity crush.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll promise we'll let you go. Just this one.
But I.
Well, let me say mine, and then she can say hers last.
Yes,
because
yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
made the TikTok about mine the other day. Mine was Elijah Wood. It was
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, like
From which movie?
okay. Look, it was the dumbest movie. Everybody hated this movie because it was so bad, but I watched it over and over again. You won't even remember it. North.
Oh, yeah. I remember that movie. It is a stupid movie.
So dumb. It's like I think it's known as like one of the worst movies of all time. And
It's not a good movie at all.
It's not, but I watched it over and over and over again because I just loved him so much.
He's
Just
very
for him.
He's very cute
and
in that
Flipper,
movie.
and The Good Son, all of those. All right, Crystal, let's hear yours.
My first celebrity crush was Ted Danson. I can't. He was like, but like he was snarky but he was like a ladies' man.
Ted Danson from Cheers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. Like, of course.
yeah. I really loved him. But hey, I still kind of think he's like a hot old guy. Like in the
He
Good Place.
is.
I'm still kind of
I
down.
agree.
I'm still
Yeah,
kind of
he's
down.
good looking in The Good Place. But I like imagining you as like a young girl seeing him on Cheers and being like,
I would totally have I would go. I used to do this thing where I just go and be like imaginative. I've always like being by myself, and so I'd like go in my room, and I can't ever think of a time where I didn't sleep with a fan. I'd turn on the fan, turn off the lights, and I like blacked out all my windows. Even as a little kid, like I was 10 years old with like my like windows blacked out, and I just lay in the bed and like imagine him.
Okay, you didn't share that last time.
I remember just sitting
and
there
be
being
like, oh,
"Mm,
Sam.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh.
kisses and all the things."
That's my favorite.
That's the best. Penny, what's your first celebrity crush?
Leonardo
Oh
DiCaprio
yeah, that's a good
Yep.
one.
from Titanic.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
that's
my
a good one.
gosh. It was so hot. Well, then it went to the Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet
then
is
it went
like,
to all of the ones.
that-
Who was your first celebrity crush?
Surprised to no one, David Bowie.
I know. It's like, I know exactly who it
David
was.
Bowie.
I saw Labyrinth when I was like 5, and I
That
was
movie
like,
terrifies me.
No, I love it. I love it still.
Yep.
Like,
and I was like, who is that? I need to be all about that person.
with
And
the
it
long
has.
hair, the makeup, and those
Oh my
tight
God,
ass
he's
pants.
so fucking hot. Yep. And then I was just like, and the
Felicity, I feel the
soundtrack,
same way.
and
I'm
I
like,
was like, I need to know everything about that person, and I have been obsessed with him ever since.
She really has.
Oh my
Ever
God, that's
since.
amazing.
I'm
She's
unhealthily obsessed with him.
The
I
like
don't know
little
what's wrong with
globe
him.
scene when they're like in the like she's wearing the ball gown and everything. You're
Oh
just
my
like the whole entire time,
God.
even as a little kid, was like,
Oh.
I want to wear the
and
ball
he's
gown.
singing her and that
he's
and he
so
sings
hot.
that as the world falls down song to her. Oh my God. And then when he does the line, just fear me, love me, do as I say, and I will be your slave. And she fucking says no. What?
What?
Incorrect. I even knew that when
Incorrect.
I was 5 years old. I was like, what are you doing, girl? No.
Oh my
no.
gosh.
That's,
Only Kelly.
that's not the right answer.
Oh my gosh. Seriously, she will go on for hours about David
Yeah,
Bowie. We
I
should
know.
just like
Well,
cut her off
let's
right
stop.
here.
But anyway, that was my first crush, and it will forever be my ultimate crush. Was Mr. David
That's great.
Bowie. Yeah.
Well,
Unleashing Chaos.
Unleashing Chaos is out and ready to be devoured
Yes.
by anybody
Devour it.
ready to devour it because it is
Such a,
devourable.
like so many times I'm like, oh, it's late. I need to stop reading, and I'm still just
Yes. It's an
No.
easy, good read. It's a good one. It's a good summer book. It's perfect that you guys are doing it in summer because it's one
Yes.
of those ones that every mom is going to just like need in her life
There will be so much
to
chaos
get through.
around her, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can twist that chaos into something amazing.
Hot and steamy.
It's
Thank
great.
you.
I loved it. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for writing. You guys are an amazing pair.
Yeah.
Aw,
Oh,
thanks.
thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
We love talking to you.
Thank you. Anytime.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. We really
Yes, it was so
appreciate
fun.
it.
Yeah.
And I really loved your book. You guys
Thank
did a
you.
great job. Keep
Thank you.
writing because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
all eating it up.
Yeah. We love it.
All right, we'll
you.
talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Hi. Yay!
Yay!
Crystal and Felicity are the best.
They are.
Like, we love chatting with We love chatting with them.
They are. And they're a fun like duo. Like,
Yeah.
the books they write together are amazing.
And it is so cool. Like we talked about, like how you can't tell, like who's who. It just seems like one continuous voice.
It just flows all together. Yeah, so check out their book, Unleashing Chaos. Highly recommended. It's going to be
Yeah.
a great summer read.
Super fun for the beach for
Yeah.
sure.
Next week,
Next week we have Monica James with us. We're so excited.
all the way in Australia.
Yeah, she's gonna be so fun to talk
I
to.
cannot wait. So join us next time. Enjoy the
wait.
summer weather.
Yeah,
Even though
summertime.
in Australia, isn't it winter right now? I guess we can ask
Yeah,
her.
I think it is
Ask
winter.
Her.
It-
Ask her. Jeez, oh, Pete.
anyway, enjoy whatever weather you're having.
Yeah, enjoy it. Soak up whatever cloudy or sunshine you have. It's going to be great. You ready?
Yay! See you next time. That was a good one.
That was a good one.